Hello, Paul and Feather Plan family. We are here at one of our foster's homes. Haven't posted a video in a while, so I wanted to share quickly. These are the dogs in foster care. There was one more sister. These are sisters, and the other sisters with another foster, potentially foster to adopt. And I'm sharing with you guys because sometimes people order things for the rescue off of the wish list. Here and there, people will say, even over a course of years, up to as recently, weeks ago, maybe we'll get stuff off the wish list. Well, yeah, within a couple weeks wish list. But over the course of years, people say, hey, could you use this for the rescue? And I'll say, yeah. And for example, these, when somebody at some point asked me, can you use these for the rescue? I always just say, yeah. At the time that they gave these to me and asked me that question, I didn't know when or for what animal I would use them. But these are diapers. These are washable diapers. And because your first thought might be, well, I'll never use those. My pets are sterilized. Or my pets are house trained. Who uses diapers on a dog? But no, when you do have a rescue, you have to think about, you never know what will come to you. In a way, and these girls are a prime example of that. We have Izzy and Peaches. They're so pretty, and they do know their names, as you can see. And Miss Izzy just got her first period. She's in heat for the first time.
Yeah.
So foster mommy D said, do you have any doggy diapers by chance? So whoever gave these to me, it's been a few years, but I said yes, I would use them, and then sure enough, and I even have these. I think I bought those at some point for Bella when she got a little leaky, when she got older. I have different sizes that somebody gave to me, and this is the first time that Dee is seeing this stuff too, because I told her, I said, let me make a video real quick just showing. These were donated at a Kroger thing when we had a presence outside of Kroger for a couple hours, just saying, will you get some things for the rescue for our pets in foster care. You can see these Amazon wish list recently, within a month or so, from I think Brenda or Josh. And these girls are going to use these. The slip leads, they flop around like a fish on a line. With those, the slip leads that I brought at first, because a lot of times I'll just send slip leads at first that you slip over. They're like going fishing. Terrible. You can imagine, not good. So harnesses, I had a harness to be able to let these girls use too. These are dogs.
They're enjoying this.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what else do you have? This, again, something I would never need a long lead. I'm a rescue, and it's illegal anyway, which is 100% true, to put a dog on a fixed point, and I'm against putting animals on fixed points. That is true, and Dee's against it too. But sometimes you never know. These girls, yes, they look so innocent right now. When they got to Dee's, and the door was open with nice weather, the backyard, they could go out in the backyard. They chose to start jumping ship, escaping. And every time she'd walk into the living room from different parts of her house, they would bolt back out. For a few days, they have given her a real headache.
Yeah.
So thankfully, the former owner with whom they were very bonded, they had no interaction with other humans, he told us, and we believe it. If you met him, you would too. So the former owner was nice enough to come over here and call out. I said, do this, please. I said, you're the only one they trust still. Come over here, call out for the dogs. So he did this morning, and thank God, thank the energy of the universe, thank him, Trevor, D, that they sure as heck did let him, they found him, they went right up to him. So these girls can't be out in the yard alone, even though it's fenced, secure yard at this point. They also can't be walked yet. They need to learn how to be on a leash. So we have to try different things. We would never leave unsupervised with this. And we have two of these. Dee had one and I have this one. This never would be near anything where they could wrap around, can't be near the fence where they can go over, aka this is complicated. It's not easy. But again, this was donated at some point. I didn't know how or when I would use this, but I will. Well, it's something we're going to try with these girls.
We're gonna do it today.
Oh yeah, we're going to try it while I'm here. Paper towels, always a major handy thing when we have fosters. Something else, again, that me as a pet owner, I'd be like, oh, I never would use that, because to me, a dog that's trained to use pee pads is not trained. It's not how it's trained. But some people consider that being trained, potty trained. And this was the case with our girlfriends here. Look, we'll even put one down so that they can see. There's pee-pee pad. They're trained to pee-pee pads. So these are on our Amazon wish list, because sometimes we take in dogs, especially if it's something smaller that's trained to pee pads. So we still need to keep up with that, because that's what they're used to, at least for right now. And their owner, by the way, was moving to an apartment where they could only have 2 dogs, so they kept mommy and daddy dog and had to find a home for these girls. These 2, and they have 1 other sister. And it was kind of an emergency, last minute situation. We just kind of said yes on the fly. Dee said that she would foster them, and we said yes without even knowing them. And that happens too pretty regularly, because people are up against the wall, which means pets are up against the wall. And we didn't know that they were quite so trippy. But they're gonna get better and get better. A brush, again, somebody gave it to me at some point. Puppy food, I think I bought this. Of course, we buy some stuff too, regularly. And then this is dog food in here. This is puppy kibble. I just put it in here for right now, because there was a big, huge bag of it. A diamond puppy, and that was donated by Feeder Supply. And just to kind of wrap up, I'll say all these little things are huge. They help out in a tremendous way, because I am kind of a one-man show, or one-woman show. It's Women History Month. Other than like my network of fosters and a little bit of volunteer support here and there, which is huge. I couldn't do it without it. I swear I couldn't. But still, I'm the person doing all the profiles on the Pet Finder, email, just getting through email sometimes. Yesterday, I was probably more than 2 hours on email, just getting back to people, getting through stuff. Finances, I pay quarterly sales and use tax. I have to keep the rescue, the nonprofit status in good standing. All of those things take time. And when you think of a company, you have a person that does each of those things. You might have or a large nonprofit for that matter, you have your PR team or person, you have your marketing person, you have your CFO, your chief financial officer, you have your foster care coordinator, you have your adoption coordinator, if you're talking about like a large nonprofit rescue. Whereas I'm all of that, or wear all of those hats. So I'm always very, very busy. And I think that anybody that follows this page probably knows that. I struggle, like any woman that works full-time with kids, or woman business owner, like finding that balance. Like, I can't even say finding that balance. That sounds like a joke at this point, but I'm always working on it.
Yeah.
So like a family and rescue, because the hierarchy really should be my family, then rescue, and then my substitute teaching part-time job for JCPS. And somewhere in there you do self-care. So, and I'm saying this too because it might help somebody else. But a lot of times it feels like rescues from here to here, like everything, always doing rescue stuff one way or the other, texting, messages, emails, emergency, and family gets fit in too, and throughout the day. So I'm working really hard to try to create some more boundaries to get better at having some sacred, like me or family time. But anyway, that's just me getting off on a tangent, and sometimes people do that, and like I say, it could help somebody else. But for me to not have to worry about all these little things, to have a big cabinet in our garage that I can go to and open and get this stuff out of is just huge. So thank you so much. And I will put later, no pressure, but I absolutely will put a link to the wish list because if you watch this or if you want to share it and feel inspired to get anything for the rescue, you know, you like what we do. We do work hard, and we do good work. So I don't ask for money. I don't do fundraisers. The only fundraising is birthday fundraisers when people do those, which is amazing, life-changing. And the Giving Tuesday fundraiser once a year. But then putting wish lists if people want to just buy stuff because it goes specifically for the pets. It's not money, and I think that people feel better about that. Then by all means, you know, just go for it. And I'll show you really quickly to sign off. I'm going to see if I pet these little girls and see what they do. Just go over next to them. Good, Peaches. Hi. Gonna be able to call their bluff, and I can't yet because they can make me jump, so I can't call their bluff. They're a work in progress. I know. Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone.